I'm sitting here with my score of Mahler's Sixth Symphony. And as you can see, it's a big, long piece. And for that reason, I thought it would be good to spend some time talking a little bit about it, give you a background as to the circumstances of its composition, the nature of its composition, and to illustrate what I'm saying with a number of musical examples, all with a view to preparing you as much as possible for the experience of listening to it and seeing it live with the full orchestra on August 7th. It's a demanding piece, both for the orchestra and the audience, in part because of the sheer duration, which is almost 80 minutes or so, but also because it's a very intense and powerful piece. Nonetheless, I think the more that you put into it, the more you get out of it. And so I hope that you can take this journey with me and arm yourselves with as much information as possible, which will make the experience ultimately more meaningful. Mahler wrote this symphony in about 1903 to 1904, and it occurred at a particularly happy point in his life. He was professionally very successful. He had landed a job as music director of the Vienna court opera, the Hofopera, and which was a plum position, and that was basically what occupied the main part of his year, was as conductor of the opera in Vienna. He had also recently been married to a beautiful and vivacious young woman, Alma Mahler, and they had a beautiful young daughter. So everything was a picture of professional and domestic bliss. And yet out of this portrait of a happily married man with a career success comes a symphony which was immediately dubbed the Tragic, that contains some of Mahler's most searing and serious music, and ultimately, as we'll see down the line, ends not with triumph, but with defeat. So it's a strange paradox, as I say, that in the midst of such joy, Mahler came up with this piece that is in many ways so bleak. But I should say, immediately following that, that it's not 80 minutes of unadulterated blackness and despair. In fact, it's an amazing journey filled with amazing highs as well as lows, and a journey that explores, it seems, every aspect of the human condition. Mahler is known for one particular dictum, and that is his description of the symphony. And he said, the symphony is the world. It must embrace everything in it. And so during the course of this symphony, Mahler does embrace every aspect of the human condition.